Alright, you guys, so we're going to go ahead and get started with personal learning styles and preferences. So we have verbal-linguistic, logical mathematical, visual-spatial, body-kinesthetic, tactile, musical auditorial, interpersonal, intrapersonal, and the naturalistic. We also have a video which will be linked in here as well. Okay, so we're also going to talk about personal talents and abilities. So verbal obviously is speaking, numerical deals with numbers, clerical is like office, administrative organizing, manual dexterity is use of hands, mechanical reasoning, so technical or other engineering skills, and then visual spatial, which is sight and imaging. And we're going to tie that in with personal characteristics. So self-concept, it's the way that you view yourself based on your beliefs and based on how others treat you. Your attitude, either you're an optimist or a pessimist. So whether you're always happy about something or whether you're like always upset or grumpy or just negative in general about something. Aptitude, so your natural ability to do something. So like some of us are really gifted with art or music. Some of you guys can dance and sing, whatever you're good at, okay? So personality is a combination of characteristics that form your unique character. So what makes you you? And self-esteem, which is confidence in your own worth or abilities. So if you have a lower self-esteem, you may require affirmations, which are emotional support or encouragement from others. And then people with higher self-esteem may not need as much encouraging. Okay, so we're going to just go ahead and dive into the 9 types of intelligence. Okay, I've also included fluid and crystallized intelligence. So here we have the graph again, and I have color-coded the slides to go with the words. So the first is going to be the linguistic verbal. So it's the ability to think in words and use language to express and appreciate complex meanings. It allows us to understand the order and meanings of words and to apply the meta-linguistic skills to reflect the use of our own language. So intrapersonal, it's the capacity to understand oneself and one's thoughts and feelings and use such knowledge in planning and directioning oneself. Existential, so it's sensitivity and capacity to tackle deep questions about human existence, such as what is the meaning of life, why are we here, how did we get here. You have logical mathematical, so the ability to calculate, quantify, consider propositions and hypotheses, and carry out mathematical operations. It also enables us to perceive relationships and connections and to use abstract symbolic thought, sequential reasoning skills, and inductive deductive thinking patterns. So essentially, is your reasoning skills high or not? So you have interpersonal, so it's the ability to understand and interact effectively with others. It involves effective verbal and nonverbal communication, the ability to note distinctions among others, sensitivity to the moods and temperament of others, and the ability to entertain multiple perspectives. So naturalistic designates the human ability to discriminate along living things as well as sensitivity to other features of the natural world. So can you keep plants alive or not? The visual-spatial, it's the ability to think in 3 dimensions. Core capacities include mental imagery, spatial reasoning, image manipulation, graphic and artistic skills, and active imagination. So body-kinesthetic, It's the capability to manipulate objects and use a variety of physical skills. This involves a sense of timing and perfection of the mind-body union. So athletes. Music and rhythm. It enables us to recognize, create, reproduce, and reflect on music as demonstrated by composers, conductors, musicians, vocalists, and sensitive listeners. So there's often an effective connection between music and the emotions. There's also similarities between mathematical and musical intelligence, sharing common thinking processes. Okay, so fluid intelligence, the general ability to think abstractly, reason, identify patterns, solve problems, and discern relationships. So it depends on a person's, that's a typo, I'm sorry, a person's native ability and cannot be obtained through education. So this is something that you already know. Okay, you can't be taught this. As whereas crystallized intelligence, it's having knowledge and obtaining skills through education, learning, and experiences. So this is something that you've learned to do. So you've made it this far, and now we're going to figure out what type of intelligence you are. Don't worry, this isn't for a grade. However, there's going to be a discussion on it, and it will be, okay? I am not saying find out what your intelligence is, and that does not make you smarter than the next person, okay? This is just for fun to see what kind of personality you are, what kind of intelligence you are, and it'll help better direct you in a way to help you choose a career. Okay?